cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence.
What's up, good people, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I am your host, Comedian 96, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Minded Men. I want everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe and click the like button. Follow us on X at 52 Scott Podcast and on IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. All right, and what's up, good people, and welcome back to another edition of Think Thursday. Today's topic, time. Time, is it real? Do you think time is real? Binxed. Y'all remember our word, binxed?
Your word.
Our.
Yeah, what is that word?
Being that. Remember, it's supposed to be, it should have been, you know how that is that's?
I wasn't a part of creating that.
Okay, well, I created
his
it.
word.
This
Yeah,
is a 52 Scott official word, binxed. That
I
we're going to put in the dictionary.
Shit.
The dictionary doesn't say that.
I know, but we're going to put it in there. They put twerk in there. Twerk wasn't in there. Okay. So we trying to put binxed in
So
there.
that's your goal.
Instead of saying being that, let's say binxed.
Right.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Okay.
You can get
It's going
credit.
to catch on, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Give a couple years. They're going to catch on. Right. So binxed. Binxed. It is leap year. I figured we'd talk about time. I just found out some interesting facts that I did not know. I'm going to ask you fellas, first of all, how many hours are in a day?
24.
24. That's
what the scientists say.
Scientists say, slash, 24. K-Money, what you say?
24.
24 hours. And Freddie G, I'll ask you for it because I bet he knows already.
No, I've been rolled with the pen. 24.
24. All right. Now, you know I'm the CSI guy. And I actually just stumbled across it. That's why I'm doing this show. It's two things I ran across. Very interesting. Also, this show, I'm going to incorporate something else. Before I get off the bus, I'm going to take out my trash. I'm going to gather it together, and we're going to take that trash out. And when I get to that segment, you'll know what I'm talking about. So let's get into the topic. Thank you for your answers, fellas. But no, actually, every day has 23 hours and 56 minutes. That is why the leap year was created. So what they did was that extra there's 20, so it's 23 hours 56.
4 minutes.
Yeah, so that little 4 minutes basically, 301 or 401. They added up within a 4-year period and makes a day. Mm-hmm. And that's how the leap year is created. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It does. It does, but it does not, because I'm going to get a little bit more technical with it.
Technical.
Yeah, I'm going to get a little bit more technical.
Than
because
down to the 4 minutes and 1
yeah, because
second.
how does one day? Because if you it's 365 days in a year, right? How does one day add, just for 1 year, it adds 1 day, and I get the hours what they're trying to do, but just say take your watch away, take numbers away, take it all away, right? We could still tell time by
looking at the sun,
the
direction of the
exactly,
sun.
and the moon, right?
Right.
So, as far as that is concerned, I don't think it's being calculated. Why don't they just add an extra month instead of an extra day on one particular year? Why not do that?
Does it say who figured this shit out?
It doesn't say who figured it out. It's actually, they do say it's a multitude. It says it's a multitude of basically smart people. I'm not trying to pronounce this word. So it's a multitude of geniuses that came up with this. You had the Mayans. You had some scholars from, I can't remember. But anyway, why not create an extra month instead of an extra 1 day every 4 years, wouldn't it?
Extra month.
Yeah, I mean, if you broke up 4 hours in 1 second and added it in 1 day, why don't you just just add an extra month? And I'm going somewhere with that. But that's later in the show.
That's 30 days.
That's 30 days, correct. That's 30 days.
But they're getting 1 day out of the seconds, the little 4 seconds.
But correct.
So how they gonna get a whole 30 days out of that?
You can't, because it takes how long to get how many days out of that? 4 years to get 4 days? That's what we're saying? If it equaled up like that?
I think it would be a lot easier to add up a month versus, I mean, if you do the math, right? You took 1 day and you broke it up 4 minutes and 1 second. So you can take that and stretch it, right? You can't, it's.
How you stretch it down? Now you're stretching.
Well, they stretched it. Think about it. How did you figure out that every 4 years you had to, and it was 4 minutes and 1 second each day? How did you figure that out?
So explain it to me again so I can understand. It's how many hours or how many days per year that they getting out of this extra 401?
They getting, okay, so every 4
How
years.
many days are they getting out of that?
They just get 1 day, which is February 29th.
Every how long?
4
every
days,
4
4
years.
years.
Okay, so it's just 1 day.
1 day.
Yeah.
Correct. But think
You
about
can't
it.
put a
Every
month
4,
on
why
that.
can't you give me, why can't it be 365, 365, 365 every time and not 365, 365, 365, then 366? Do you understand? Why add a day? If you're going to do it, add a month and let it stay. Not add a day and let it come at every 4 days. Every 4 years, I mean. You get what I'm saying?
I just think it was all structured to equal up. Because if you look at the 24 hours in a day, right? Mm-hmm. And it's 12 months in a year. That's half of. So that's how they're able to count. Mm-hmm. And it's 12 numbers on the clock.
It is.
Think of what I'm saying now.
I'm
Everything
listening.
is meant for 12. You can't put 13. If you add a month, that's 13.
So it would be
The time
13
is-
months to make a year.
The time is going to be off from the way that they calculated it at that point.
That's true.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, you know.
This is some high talk.
Yeah. Freddie G, what you think?
This is some high talk right here.
I think I'm lost in the
I know,
motherfucker.
right? So I said, this is some high talk.
Okay, so now for the
This is well, first of all, I'm lost in the motherfucker. Secondly, this is one of them. Well, motherfucker been smoking weed, right? and he tell his homeboy, man, people done been to the moon. I'm gonna go to the sun. And then his homeboy say, man, you can't go to the sun. It's hot than the motherfucker up there. But he turned to his homeboy and say, nigga, I thought about that. That's why I'm gonna go at night.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is. But the factor,
okay.
I think, is because it was meant to count by 12s.
Okay. Now, I like your analogy. You're not gonna like my comeback.
I mean, your reasoning really, you finna justify why you
I'm
feel
finna
it should
hit
be
you
a
with
month.
it. I'm finna hit you with it.
And it's gonna make sense.
It's gonna make a lot of sense.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's hear it.
There's also a claim that there were 2 months missing out of the year.
Says who?
Okay.
You said claim.
It's already All right. So let's start with the prefix sept.
Okay.
SEPT.
So
What
this
number
is
is
about
that?
to-
What number is that?
9.
Sept. Nope. Huh? Nope. Sept. Sept is 7. Oct. Octagon. 8. November is 9. But it's 11 in our calendar, right? December. DEC, the decimal point, that's 10. Right? But it's 12 in our calendar. Got an answer for that? Got an answer for that?
I'm going to the sun at night.
Okay, keep going. though, 'cause I
Okay,
still got-
okay. I mean, every month it's numbered, and it's the prefix of it is actually January is 1. So
how many they
So
doing-
January is 1,
Okay.
but What's missing is the 2 months after December.
So that would mean that it's 14 instead of the 12.
Correct.
Right?
That's why I started with the time first.
So, but the clock is still not registered like that.
The clock ain't clocking.
Because that's why they took the 2 months out, if there were 2 months, because the math wasn't going to add up.
It would have added up. Think about it. If you can add up 4 hours and 1 second in a 4-year period, which if you do the E equals MC squared to that is way more difficult to add up than adding two months.
Well,
each month got 30 days. So each month should have 30 days and not 28, 31, 30, 30 like that. It shouldn't be that 30 here, 31 here. It should be 30 days each month, and those 2 extra months should be added. We don't know who the 2 extra months what the name of the 2 extra months were.
So would this fuck up the days of the week?
No, it would. I that part I
it
don't.
would.
I should have asked Einstein. I don't know. I don't know.
But then it would make the 7 days of the week make sense with the 14 months.
You know what? Super.
Boy,
Now
this
that
some
is
high-
that is the going to the sun talk right there. What he just said.
You should
He
told-
went to the sun.
Bro, you should have told motherfuckers that they probably should smoke before they listen to this episode.
I know. I should have
Because
said
that's when it's going to make
that.
sense to them.
Now it makes sense. Is it that energy drink you're drinking? I ain't gonna name the name
It's
of it.
energy, bro. That's the energy that I'm getting.
See, I told you it hit home.
Go back
I
to that 7 days.
Yeah, go back.
So what I was saying was, if everything was meant, look at the 12 months of the year,
Oh,
Right.
The 14 months.
14 months.
as opposed to being the 14 months. Now the 7 days a week makes sense if you split it in half, and the clock still makes sense.
See, he debunked his own theory in time when I talked about time, but you figured it out now. So that's why this show is called "Is Time Real?" You see how he debunked his own self? I'm telling you, when I talked about time first, and then he came back and he hit it, and he hit the nail in the coffin. Because now 14 months, 7 days in a week, you divide that up. I'm telling you, there's 2 months missing.
But it's which is possible, and I'm not saying it's not, but I mean, it wouldn't. Obviously, it didn't fit for them or how they was doing it. That's why they left the 2 months off. If there were 2 months left off, but either way, I feel good about it.
The name of the show is what is
Is
time.
time real?
Never mind. I'm gonna go to Google. Just who invented time, bro?
No, I say it was a plethora of people. If you look it
Who
up,
invented time?
yes, it was. It's not. It wasn't just one person. They just made it.
several
It was
people.
made up. Several people made it
Okay.
up. It started with, I want to say,
But they were all brainiacs.
yeah, they were all brainiacs, but it went trickle down to the Mayans, even on down to, it was like current, like 1903 or something like that. Something crazy. But it's a plethora of people. It's not just one person.
Now let me ask this: if time was created by several different people, were they all different cultures of people? Because obviously it had to be to learn how to do time anyway, right?
Yeah, well, I know one was the Mayans. I want to say British, but I know they're separate. So I want to say it begins with a B, but it wasn't Mayan related. They weren't.
Babylonians.
Who?
Babylonians.
There you go.
You think their conversation sounded like this podcast right now?
Not at all.
You don't think the conversation went similar to this?
Well,
I mean, I'm because I just feel like you would have to have smoked some good ass weed to be
figure
talking
out
about
any
these.
of this
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If you got all that, that's a lot of calculus. To add up all that, to figure out there's 4 minutes in one, and then just add 1 day. That somebody had to be really high to figure that out. I'm telling you,
It
stretching out
says
to 2 months.
The Babylonians, Egyptians, Chinese, and Maya.
And Mayans.
yeah,
It's
they
like
were
4,
all
yeah.
different.
It's collective,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah,
So you had different rates. They just came up with different
ways of counting. I'm
of
guessing.
counter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always, if you think about it, it's always a new math. Every time you look up,
Well,
that-
yeah, because you can make different types of math. There's several different types of math.
every
It's
time
all about the number.
It's all
you
about the numbers.
And how you subtract it or add it or divide it or break it down or split it in half.
I'm finna hit home. Remember the Dewey Decimal System?
Yeah.
You remember that, Freddie G, back in the day?
Yep, I didn't pay attention though.
That's what I'm saying. Then we
I
went from.
still don't understand it either.
That's what I'm saying. All it, y'all don't understand. Do you go to the library? You don't go to the library. All it is how they number the catalogs in the library. When the catalog card, that's the Dewey Decimal System.
3, 9,
Yes,
8.
that's the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah, okay.
That's all that is.
All right.
Then they came with the new they came up so many new maths. You know, algebra, geometry, all that other stuff.
Right, it's a lot of different.
And then it's just calculus. And
Yeah.
then, they'll come up with something else.
I was too busy talking about, hey, move your hand off your paper so I can see number 3.
Yeah, no, you ain't say it that nice. You need to say it the way you really say it. Get your mouth. Man, he used to copy off me. I was getting the F too. I don't understand. Did you do that? I always copied out people that got Fs.
Okay.
Never mind. Anyway.
That explains it.
And you wrote their name on your paper.
That explains it.
Now I just turned mine in and put it in the middle. But before I get off this bus, y'all, I'm gonna gather this trash and get ready to take it out. I thought I'd add this new segment in. I think I spoke of this earlier. I want to do something fun. So the trash I'm gathering, and we was talking about time. How much time y'all think P. Diddy gonna get? He don't need to get on this bus. How much time y'all think he gonna get? All these allegations that just came out, especially this new video that just came out too.
Ooh.
Well, in regards to the video, man, he's not going to get no time for that because the statute of limitations is passed. Mm-hmm. Now, what people got to realize, too, that raid that was raided, that was Homeland Security. Mm-hmm. That's a whole different ballpark.
So, you don't think, what?
It's really serious, man. It's not a joke. I mean, whatever it is, it's serious being filed, in federal
they said
courts.
something like sex trafficking and
drugs. It's other stuff. Yeah.
To answer your question, though, if he is convicted, he gonna get a lot of goddamn time.
Yeah, he gonna get a lot of time, I think, bro.
More than R. Kelly?
Yes.
Shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so, cause Kelly ain't did all this here.
Man.
All this what Diddy under.
Uh-huh.
Kelly name ain't involved in
I'm
all
sure
that.
Kelly was one of the parties back in the day.
He know about him. Yeah.
Here's what the big thing that we're missing. Mm-hmm. He hasn't been charged
At all, yeah.
So you can't say if he's going to get more time than R. Kelly. R. Kelly was actually charged with RICO charges, amongst other charges. But Diddy hasn't been charged.
No, and I think they got a little time before they really let out what's going to happen. And I think it's because other people's names are involved in that. And they don't want to shoot first and, miss something. So I think they really deep investigating this case before they decide if they're going to do anything to him. But if they do decide to give him some time, I think it would be a lot depending on the charges that they file, if they file charges on him,
Yeah. Well, whether he get charged or not, he getting off my bus.
He dirty.
Yeah, he getting off my bus. So 52 Scott, we out. This concludes our show for today. And if you haven't done so already, follow us on X at 52 Scott Podcast. Also IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. Also, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Black Friday.